Welcome back, ladies and jelly spoons, here for game 2 of our doubleheader. This time we'll be moving to Division D West, where we have Mildly Interesting taking on Unicorns United in another matchup that is going to have some big-time playoff implications. And what kind of playoff implications would you say? Well, I will show you. Let's bring up the current Div West standings. And as you can see, Mildly Interesting right barely on the cutoff between not making into the playoffs, and Unicorns United a little bit further down. A domination, though, would put them right back in the running. So these points, these wins are huge, especially for Unicorn United, as if they drop too many games here, they will find themselves on the outside looking in, and they will be planning for their wild card weekend. How have these teams been doing lately? Well, they've both been struggling a little bit. Mildly Interesting lost most recently to Off-Brand Cereal, and that's no shame there, as they have yet to drop a game in the division. However, splitting against other mid-pack teams, Planet Smashers and Longhorn Gaming, Unicorns United has only picked up one win in their last 6 games, so they're struggling just a little bit, hoping to find their way back into the win columns with a couple of big wins over tonight's opponent, Mildly Interesting. Alright, so just waiting for the readies from both teams. We have the ready from Mildly Interesting. We almost have the ready from Unicorns United, and now we do. We hit that start button for game number 1. I welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to Sky Temple. One of the fun things about casting the not so hardcore competitive divisions is you see so much of a wider variety of hero prioritizations and creative comps. I clicked on the wrong overlay. Let's try again. Act like I've done this before. First ban Muradin coming out by Unicorns United. At this point in the season, these teams know each other. The scouting reports are there. Mildly Interesting takes out the Genji. Stats of the Storm is out there for everybody. These games are casted. So you will 100% see teams who have done their homework and are banning specifically with a strategy in mind for their opponent. Cassia's, and that's one of the bans that strikes me out as targeted. You just don't see too many first ban Cassia's. Asmodan coming out. Now that leaves Mephisto available. He is available. And there it is. First pick, no hesitation. Insta-lock for Unicorns United. Now one of the strategies I've seen fairly successfully employed against Mephisto, Johanna selected by Mildly Interesting, is he has the talent where he teleports in and then 2.5 seconds later he teleports back out, and there's nothing that can stop that teleport other than a time stasis. However, if you have somebody with some damage amplification, or say like a Tyrande Hunter's Mark, when he teleports in, you put that Hunter's Mark down on him, you put all of your damage into him, and you blow him up before he goes back. 2 picks going up for Unicorns United, and they're going to go with a Blaze Malfurion. So this makes me wonder, are they going to attempt to use Blaze as a primary tank, I should say, or are they going to go triple front line with the Mephisto, Blaze, and whatever main tank. The Nazebo ban coming out from Unicorns United, Diablo ban for mildly interesting, and then a Sonya taken presumably for the off lane. Let's see what will likely be a damage pick for interesting. And it is Jaina in the Legs for Days skin. So I would presume we're going to see some kind of hyper carry ranged assassin and a main tank coming out here for Unicorn United. Erosh is still available. ETC is still available. And it is going to be ETC and an Illidan. They say, Caster, good sir, Mr. Mongoose, you do not know what you're talking about. Ranged assassins are completely overrated, and to demonstrate that for you, we are instead going to take Illidan. So let's take a look at this Unicorns United comp. It is all about being all over you. ETC Power Slide, a Valera counter pick. Interesting. This is going to be a fascinating game. So ETC Power Slide, Blaze Jet Propulsion, and then Mephisto teleporting in with all that damage, all the while Illidan is diving all over your team. This is really fascinating. I'm very curious to see how this game plays out. And on a Sky Temple too, a battlefield that's so big, Unicorns United actually has the potential for 2 globals if they go with Hunt and Stage Dive, or they could just do 1 global, have Illidan or ETC soak the side lane and then dive in, or Superman in if you're Illidan. No such choice from the side of mildly interesting. However, they do have to be aware of where Valera is. You don't want to get caught out by yourself. The Valera note nearby. Mostly if you're Malfurion and Illidan. I think the rest of those heroes would probably be okay. So here we go, Game 1, Division D West. The blue team, mildly interesting. We have Magnus Opus on Sonya, Ali on Jaina, Swindbird, hereby shortened to Bird on Deckard Cain, Happy Pants on Johanna, and Walrex will be playing, who is that? I can't tell. The Valera. Of course I can't tell. Stealth. Walrex on the Valera. And the red team in a 5-man group looking to get some early structure damage. We have Han Stahl on Malfurion, Grim Reaper on Blaze, Vardic on ETC, Quitzy on Mephisto, and Zella on Illidan. They will get this wall. Walrex hovering around in the back line. They're going to silence onto the ETC. The face melt to get himself some space, and then the power slide and the jet propulsion in tandem allows the front line for Unicorns United to get away safely after getting almost an entire tower. One of the disadvantages to an all melee comp like Unicorns United has is if they fall behind in level, power slide by Vardic, unable to connect, and now he might be in trouble. Overstepped his bounds, he is very low, and the Blizzard able to secure it, even though Johanna actually stole the kill. First blood going over to mildly interesting. If you have an all melee comp and you fall too far behind in level, it becomes very difficult to be effective, because you have to dive into an enemy team that's 2-3 levels higher than you. So that's something that Unicorns United really wants to be aware of. I mean, you never want to fall behind in level. I like what Walrex is doing here, just kind of sharking the rotation lanes. He probably sees Illidan here. If he doesn't, he will now, but now he comes. They're going to try to get ETC. There's the Silence and the Blizzard, and Vardic eating a whole lot of damage. Not going down, though. Illidan will very soon... Nope, here comes the invasion, actually. Jaina, Deckard, and Valera are on their way, and they will once again work ETC. Diving onto the Jaina now. 4 members from Mildly Interesting are here. Not able to finish the kill onto anybody. Just some skirmishing and brawling here in the jungle between mid and bot lanes. Power slide onto the Jaina, followed by the face melt. ETC probably is not going to have the damage to finish her, although if she eats many more of those minions, she might, baiting ETC forward and then dropping the Blizzard on him. Both Vardic and Rally come out of that encounter really low. Della doing Illidan things and perma-murking, putting some pressure on the top lane. However, Mildly Interesting was already here, ready to channel this mid lane. They still have Jaina in the bot for side soak, and they're in a slightly better macro position than Unicorns United. They're soaking all 3 of the lanes instead of just 2. Now Jaina is working her way up here as the teams continue to split the temple phase. Now it looks like they're going to push in with the Mercs. Valera kind of sharking around, waiting for one member to step out. Blaze saw the Valera, did not hit with the oil spill. But did see her there, does land the jet propulsion, calling for the assist pings. Illidan dives in there, then changes his mind, and now the power slide is able to secure the kill on the Valera. Sonya, oh so low. A big condemn by Happy Pants ended any more ideas of kills coming out from the side of Unicorns United. However, they do secure the first structure of the game. And if you think about it, that structure was really, really low. The fact that they took that first tower down so low early in the game actually allowed the shots from the temple to go onto the fort instead of the tower, and that's what allowed them to get the early fort kill there. Looks like a gank going out onto Blaze. He smells it coming though. The spear lands, as does the Valera combo. Blaze was too close to home though, and too high health to really be affected by it all that much. Power slide face melt catches 2. Deckard might be in trouble, but the damage not quite there to finish it off. Now both teams will be making their way over to the bottom lane. Looks like Illidan, Malfurion, and ETC trying to catch the members of Mildly Interesting in rotation. However, it's Illidan that ate all of that Valera damage, and he actually goes down. Walrex on the Valera just absolutely wrecked Illidan. If Illidan is silenced, he has so few options to do anything. That Valera in the early game turning out to be a really nice counter pick to the Illidan. So both sides will secure their siege giants. Both sides will maneuver into the bottom lane and fight over the temple. Levels fairly close. Valera waiting in the bushes, hoping to catch a straggler, but doesn't make her move. Blaze not juicy enough of a target. Really wants to find that Illidan or the Malfurion. Now aggressive play coming out by Unicorns United. ETC taking a lot of damage. However, Valera actually opened onto the Illidan and then regretted her life choices there as Blaze showed up to reinforce. Teams moving aside to re-engage one more time. Valeera on the flank is going to go onto the Mephisto, and Mephisto goes down. Silence into the spear, and he went down fast. Malfurion going to go down as well. Great flank from Walrex on the Valeera. That also allows them to get their level 10 heroic abilities. Blessed Shield, Tornado, Water Elemental, Smoke Bomb, and we have a Leap Sonya, ladies and gentlemen. Traditionally, you do see Wrath of the Berserker, but not today. It will be Leap. I actually kind of like that choice. It allows Sonya, when Valeera stuns or silences somebody on the back, it allows Sonya to leap in and support her. So between Valeera and Sonya, mildly interesting, could really dive the backline. Gonna put a lot of pressure onto Malfurion. Heroics now online for Unicorns United. Mosh Pit, Tranquility, believe that is controls. It is. Oh, ETC goes down. I missed it. I was looking at the heroics. Not only does ETC go down, but so does the bottom fort. And now with a 1.5 level lead, mildly interesting, starting to take control of this game. Bunker drop and the hunt from Illidan. So they do go with the hunt on Illidan. Mildly interesting. Now rotating and almost full force to the top lane. They have caught Blaze. The silence ends the jet propulsion and will also end Blaze. So another rotation. I believe we will see a Valeera ban in Game 2. It has been hugely impactful in this Game 1 so far. So all members of Unicorns United are here. Sans Illidan, who's in the bottom lane, side soaking, and Blaze, who just spawned. Top and bottom shrines are available. The boss is available. And let's see what these two teams decide to do. So Sonya is going to the bottom temple. There she will pick there. Illidan is still down there, and he's going to be harassed by the Valeera. She is doing a lot of work. She's almost 100 to 0 to Illidan. He was at basically full health when that started. And Valeera, with an isolated kill onto the Illidan, he had no shot. Nobody is safe from Valeera this game. She waited, and when Illidan pushed out far enough, down he went. And that actually allows both of the temples to be captured by mildly interesting. They have a large structural lead, now over a 2-level lead. Unicorns United definitely looking for answers. They have caught Valeera, the Bane, in the mid lane. She escapes. And now Unicorns United still looking for answers. Are they going to start boss? ETC has started boss. Illidan is not here. This is a very aggressive play. ETC actually gets caught in the boss stun and the boss tornado. Vardic might be in trouble. The boss doing work. However, mildly interesting has sniffed this out. They are here. And Valeera obliterates Malfurion. Superman Illidan comes in for a peeling stun with the hunt, and we have a pause. What a horrible time for a pause, as a disconnect being reported by mildly interesting. Well, Valeera just wrecking, almost single-handedly took out Handstall on the Malfurion, and may have done so. But Illidan, played by Zella, used the hunt to come in, dove onto that Valeera, stunned her away from the healer, and then they turned on her, and now she's sitting right in the middle of all of the members of Unicorns United. She is really slippery, though, and with a 3-level deficit and no pure assassin, that lack of range damage maybe comes into play here. It's going to be interesting to see if Walrex is able to get out alive. This is kind of what I was worried about with the no-ranged assassin composition that Unicorns United is running. Now they have fallen behind effectively 3 levels right now. And especially when Valeera opens up on anybody at all, she just has no fear. Without any ranged poke or anything to deter her, they have to go in close. They have to clump up for Jaina, for the Sonya leap. Fighting in that fashion down 3 levels is absolutely brutal. And you're almost relying on your opponent, mildly interesting, to make a mistake. They're going to have to make a mistake in order to lose a team fight. So we are waiting to see if it's reconnecting. Apparently we had a DC and he is reconnecting now, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Right? All right, so we are here. We are reconnected. And Valeera was, in fact, able to walk away. Lornado comes out, and it does not a lot. Zones away Unicorns United, and a great decision by those guys to abandon their boss call. They were not going to get that. Once Mildly Interesting sniffed it out. You can see on the minimap, Valeera is just always hovering around the edges, waiting for her opportunity. Waiting for somebody to step too far out. Waiting for that one member to stray too far from the safety of the herd. And then she strikes. Really great patience by Walrex. Power slide. There is a 3-man mosh pit. That's what they needed. Silence does come out to end the mosh pit, though. The Mephisto Heroic coming out as well, but it is ETC that is the first to fall, closely followed by Malfurion. And now Illidan as well. That is a triple kill, and I really think that Blaze down to 4 unanswered. That team fight was really, I think, decided by the level discrepancy. That was an excellent engagement by Unicorns United. The mosh pit catching 3, the consumed souls from Mephisto, bunker went down, but none of that mattered. A 3-level deficit is just brutal. And if you're Mildly Interesting, you have to feel spectacular about where you are this game. They're capturing yet another temple. Boss currently pushing unopposed down the bottom lane. And if you're any members of Unicorns United, you have to be absolutely petrified to step out, because Valeera has gotten a couple of isolated kills. There's the power slide in the face now on the ETC. However, Welly is on him. Valeera's going to be on him too. ETC is not going to get out of that. Just stepping too far forward. And ETC's weakness as a main tank is, for a tank, he is squishy. Blaze might be in trouble now too. There goes the Valeera into the Blizzard. Now Furion goes down, and in surgical fashion, Mildly Interesting, looking to take Game 1 away from Unicorns United. Game 2 will be on Cursed Hollow, and that is Unicorns United's choice of map. So let's see if the change of venue has any impact on the game. Teams frequently make adjustments between games, and this is the adjustment they need to make. I'm actually going to break out a calculator here, because I want to So Valeera almost did as much hero damage by herself as the entire team of Unicorns United combined. I think there has to be a Valera ban. That was so well played. First at Hollow, she can be really strong there too. There was just no place to hide for any of the members of Unicorns United, and a very strong showing in that game 1. So we're going to get the lobby set up here for game 2 on Cursed Hollow. So while teams are talking between games, if I'm the members of Unicorns United, you're kind of thinking they're going to ban the Valera and move on, because that was just kind of one of those games I don't think you're going to from. Unicorns United, they really need this win. If they fall down 0-2 in this series, I haven't done the math, but it's going to put them pretty close to out of contention for top 6 playoffs. Will almost certainly send them destined for the wild card Saturday that NGS has planned for the 29th. That is correct, for the 29th. And if you don't know what's going on the 29th wild card weekend, all of the teams from each division that don't finish top 6, they will have a 1-day, 1-game, best of 1 tournament to determine the last 2 members that go into the playoffs. So the 7th and 8th seeds will be decided on a 1-day Saturday tournament, bracket style, best of 1, truly a wild card weekend. We're just waiting for, whoa. My game just wigged out. Again. Recreate the lobby. Alright, so let's try again. Every now and again, my Blizz client does this thing where it like wigs out for like just 1 second. But if I happen to be in a custom late game lobby, it drops everything out. And if I were to rejoin that one, you've ever seen my stream before where it has this like weird draft screen where things look really wonky? That's why. I don't know why it is. Alright, so let's try again. Once again, all members of Mildly Interesting are here waiting for the United. Trickle in here, and here they come. This game should be going very soon, any moment. All right, so we do have everybody here. Teams are correct. I've got one R from Interesting, waiting for the R from Unicorns United. All right, pressing start game. And off we are to Cursed Hollow. So let's see. Any takers on whether or not Valera will be banned? Genji ban coming out for mildly interesting. Why do I? Let's try. Genji ban coming out for mildly interesting. And I can't imagine. But let's see. Yep, there it is. No surprise. First ban Valera. Not dealing with that again. Asmo ban coming out from mildly interesting. Round. Ban out. Ban out. Pablo. Muradin ban. Lots of big time heroes still on the board. Mephisto, Bane, Deckard, Diablo, all highly prioritized. Phoenix. So lots of heroes available. The meta that we're in,
the crusade calls.
Really can't ban all of the heroes that you can make an argument for deserve to be banned, because there's a lot of really strong ones. And then you add in the random oddball Valera that you just have to ban because it wrecked you. There's always going to be a lot of heroes available to pick in the early rounds here. Johanna, first picked by mildly interesting, kind of securing the generic, standard, steady Eddie tank. Then Tyrande Gina coming out for Unicorn. Deckard Cain picked by mildly interesting, and another Sonya. Let's see what band comes out now for Unicorns Unite. So a Kael'thas ban coming out from Unicorns United, promptly followed by a Diablo ban for mildly interesting, trying to keep the old school Diablo Tyrande meta from coming back. So Phoenix ETC coming out there. I love the Purification Salvo with all of the slows that are available from Unicorns United. Last two selections more mildly interesting. Varian Li Ming. I'm curious to see what variant that is going to make an appearance here. You can go Taunt to set up the Li Ming. Colossus Smash for the blow up. Wind Blades question mark for the Merc and boss control. Could happen. And a Leoric, off-lane Leoric. So lots of slows on side of Unicorns United. Lots of slows to proc the Purification Salvo damage. Or could also go Entomb into the Planet Cracker, into the Ring of Frost as well. So a couple different options. And let's see which way Unicorns decides to go with this. Really need to chase a win here. Keep themselves in the hunt. Alright, so last match of the night. Hoping it'll be an exciting one. Always best to end on a strong note.
Prepare yourself for battle.
The blue team, mildly interesting. Hoping to complete the domination and really put the pressure on the teams ahead of them in the standings and avoid what is sure to be a crazy wild card weekend. We have Happy on Johanna, Rally on Ming, Walrex on Varian.
The battle begins in
MS Windup Bird? Windup Bird? That's what it is. On Decker Kane and Magnus Opus on Sonya. The red team, Unicorns United. Onstal on Tyrande. Vardic on ETC. Bella on Jaina. Wits on Phoenix. The Grim Reaper, appropriately, playing Leoric. So both teams are playing pretty passive here in the early going. Lunar Flare does land on Johanna. Power Slide doesn't connect on anyone. Now both teams rotating the bottom. Vardic did sort of catch the rotation. Not able to actually catch anybody, just rode next to him. However, they are looking to catch this Li Ming here. Power Slide goes out. Rally, though, was very quick on the trigger, able to teleport away, blink away, and put a lot of damage into that Jaina for good measure. As Jaina and Li Ming exchanged pleasantries, and both of them took a lot of damage. Let's check in that top solo lane. Looks like Leoric is having the better of this set, clearing out the waves and staying much higher health than Sonya. Unicorns United has started their bottom siege camp. Very even in the early game, both teams content to play passive. Sonya, from Mildly Interesting, has now started her own siege camp. Any second now, we're going to start to have the countdown timer for the first tribute. However, Unicorns United content not to just, get just the siege camp. They're also getting this bruiser camp as well. So they're going to have pressure coming out in the mid lane for the duration of the first fight over the tribute.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Level 4s arrive for both teams. Tribute is popping in here. Siege Giants pushing in the top for interesting. Bruisers pushing in the mid for Unicorns United. Neither team has really started heading toward that objective, though. And ladies and gentlemen, it is Twin Blades Varian. A two-man power slide catching Sonya and Varian. This is actually a triple frontline with the Johanna Sonya Twin Blades. A very bruisery team with only a single assassin, Li Ming. So of course they need to get those resets. Bardic taking a ton of damage, trying to bully his way past Mildly Interesting to get the reset. He is able to get it, but takes a lot of damage in the process. Here comes Mr. Twin Blades himself, Walrex on the flank. Leoric and Leeming are actually fighting in the top lane. Nobody is there to actually interrupt the Deckard. However, in the top lane, Leeming goes down. Twin Blades Varian might as well. Aggressive teleport from Phoenix, not quite able to finish them off. So Unicorns United wins the team fight but loses the tribute. And Leoric able to get, and wow, it was very close as we check in on Leoric in the top lane. That Li Ming Leoric duel was very close. Sonya has started the Bruisers. Those will be pushing here during this next tribute phase, which should be spawning momentarily. Both tanks actually in the top. Varian is posturing around Tyrande in the mid. Now Jaina rotating up. He's going to put the Blizzard and the Cone of Cold onto Varian. No follow-up damage though. Now both squads going to start moving. They will catch Varian. Yes, there's Varian. There's the Power Slide and the Face Melt. The Lunar Flare misses. The Ice Damage misses as well. Scroll of Sealing there to zone for him. Actually catches Tyrande. ETC feeling and eating the damage from the Leeming. Phoenix was doing some great poke damage on the side. The Roderick Cube comes out and actually Drain Hope lands on the Varian, as does the Lunar Flare. This time he will not get away. If Unicorns United can hold on, their health bars are so low. A nice power slide and a face melt onto Sonya. She's trying to spin away. Li Ming desperately trying to get just one reset to turn this fight around. But so far, there it is. The one reset actually landing onto the Leoric. And despite securing the early kill on the Varian, the healing from the Deckard Cain and the large bruisery frontline eventually able to turn that encounter around, and mildly interesting picking up another tribute. I really want to see which way Unicorns United is going to go with their choice in heroics at level 10. They have a couple of different things they could do with this comp. Really, it's rare in that all 5 of their heroes, you could make some kind of an argument for both of their heroics. That's very rarely true, that all 5 members of a composition have 2 perfectly viable heroics. Unicorns United does need to start making its way up here, though, soon. They do not want to give up a Curse. ETC caught out, forced to power slide away. Phoenix is not here yet. A very late rotation. And I don't think there's any way that they get to this. Leoric is charging full bore, as is ETC. Not only do they not get the interrupt, but Leoric is going to go down. The rotation from Unicorns United was just too late. Phoenix, in particular, got down there, got to the tribute very late, and it allowed Mildly Interesting to simply set up their massive front line to completely zone away Unicorns United, and that allows them to get their level 10s. Leap from Sonya, Blessed Shield from Johanna, Lonado from Deckard Cain, Wave of Force from Li Ming, and Warbringer from Varian. We do see the Mosh Pit coming out from the ETC, but it was a one-man dance party, not connecting on anyone, so mildly interesting. And now my million-dollar question will be answered. It's going to be Ring of Frost, Mosh Pit, March of the Black King, and Planet Cracker to go with Shadowstalk. I think that March of the Black King, that was a missed opportunity. Unable to connect on the power slide, Rally will get away. With Ring of Frost and Planet Cracker, I think maybe Entomb was the way to go, but what I think they're hoping is that Vardek is going to be able to land a Mosh Pit, and then you can March of the Black King through it. Planet Cracker, all of that damage. However, Walrex is actually trying to sneak this boss. Deckard Cain will come up and throw a few potions in here. However, Grim Reaper spotted it out. And now all the members of Unicorns United are up here. And the same is not to be the case for Mildly Interesting, and they are not withdrawing, but this is a 5-on-3 as Johanna and Sonya, that's an odd duo, is taking the bottom boss. But Unicorns United are actually backing off. I don't think that they realize that not all of the members of Unicorn United are here. And there it is, Sonya and Johanna taking the boss, and that will allow Mildly Interesting to rotate up and make a double boss play, and that's what it looks like they're doing. And they don't even need their full team for this. They're just waiting for enough members of Unicorns United to show in the other lane. Johanna and Varian are actually on the bruisers in the mid lane. They've just picked them up. Now, with them showing bottom lane, no, they're not going to try to make a double boss play, or are they? I spoke too soon, they are. But Deckard Cain Li Ming is here. I don't know if that is going to work. A tank is going to need to come up here, especially with Leoric hanging around. Now here comes the tank. The owl doesn't hit anybody. Johanna is here. Twin Blades Varian has picked up the Siege Giant, and now it looks like Twin Blades Varian is working his way over here. However, the bottom boss has been defeated already, and all the members of Unicorns United are here and have arrived. March of the Black King does a lot of work on Li Ming, and she might be in trouble. She is caught behind the boss, able to teleport away with 56 hit points. And then Sonya leaps in to dive it. But there's the Mosh Pit Planet Cracker combo that I was talking about, and it is able to do the job on the Sonya. Li Ming is also so low. So I mentioned that Mildly Interesting took too long to rotate up for that double boss, and they allowed Unicorns United to come in, take the boss away, and now they'll also get this tribute. Jaina has gone to the mid lane to clear out the mercs, which are doing a lot of damage. This boss, however, will not last long. Twin Blades Varian just doing work on that thing, combined with the Li Ming damage. But a nice Planet Cracker Mosh combo from Unicorns United. And the March of the Black King completely took Li Ming out of that fight. She was very close to dying, actually got away with 56 hit points. And in order to do that, she had to dance around behind the boss without having the boss take her out, and then blink over terrain to safety. So some fancy footwork by Rally. That was needed for him to get out of there after eating all of those swings from March of the Black King. Oh, Deckard might be too far forward. However, the face melt actually pushed him out of the blizzard, but into the Ring of Frost. So he hopped out of the pot and onto the stove there. The ETC actually power slid into tower range, though, and Vardic is in trouble. The Shadow Stalk able to get him away temporarily, but Magnus Opus with a big-time leap catches him in stealth and stuns him. Definitely a little bit of a misplay there by Vardic, as the power slide under the towers is not usually a good idea. Leoric now running for his life, and then turns with a March of the Black King to sustain. There's the Planet Cracker for the interrupt. Not quite able to kill the Li Ming. It's so close. She teleports to safety, but Varian does go down. They do secure the tribute. However, Jaina picking up a double kill onto Varian and Johanna with a flanking Li Ming doing everything she can to pick up the kill, and she does. Calamity right onto Tyrande. Finishes her off. A very bloody game, but that first curse that Mildly Interesting picked up has been the difference. They parlayed that into 3 forts that are down, and that is 100% the difference in level here in this game too. Those 6 teams are not here for Unicorns United. I'm interested to see, are they going to try to fight down a talent tier? They do have about 15 seconds to pick it up, and there's almost enough XP in this top lane if they wanted to do that. Combined with this Merc camp, it might be enough, but I really would hope that they decided to sit this one out. If they're not quite 16 yet, oh man, is it going to be close. And there they go. So they do have 16 in time to contest this. Both teams are here. Twin Blades is going onto Leo. Owl interrupts Johanna. Here comes ETC with the face melt. Scroll of Sealing catches 2. Now both teams posturing, waiting for that opening. Vardic stepping very far forward, and then a deep power slide into the mosh pit, into the Planet Cracker, but it does not get the job done. Ring of Frost catches 3, but no kills are down yet. And they're just dropping faster than I can keep track of them. Tyrande, Phoenix, Variant, Leoric. Resets by Rally, now almost certainly going to spell the doom for ETC. No, he gets away, while Jaina actually got the kill on the Sonya. That was absolutely bananas. Started with a mosh pit into Planet Cracker that got very little value. However, the Jaina hit a 3-person Ring of Frost that set up any kind of success that Unicorns United had. But Sonya and Twin Blades Variant were so sticky to the backline and just decimated Tyrande and Phoenix. Was actually a nice job by Unicorns United to turn what could have easily been much worse into only a 3 for 2. Owl is going to come in. It will miss the scout because it scouted the bruiser camps. Mildly interesting, trying to pick up another boss. This time, though, Unicorns United has waited for them. However, the tribute will be in the bottom lane, so if they do not burn this fast enough, they will not be there in time to contest this tribute, and it is going to be very, very close. For a second, it looked like they weren't even going down there, and I don't think they'll make it in time at this point. It's just too late. Jaina cannot be the first one in. If Jaina's... Oh my... I'm surprised they did not just... An immediate ice block dodges a lot of damage, but the leap is there for that. However, another huge Planet Cracker Ring of Frost actually takes down Sonya and Johanna. Jaina falling as well, but Li Ming realized that her team was in trouble. She stayed back and channeled the tribute, securing another curse. Power Slide misses onto the Deckard Cain. Lunar Flare does not, and then a one-man mosh pit onto Li Ming with no assassins, though. Leo could be in trouble. He does land the face melt, and then the teleport. Rally is just showing off now with the blink. Both bosses are pushing, but this is going to be 2 keeps. While they were chasing Li Ming around, mid keep has fallen. Bot keep has fallen, and now the boss is on core. They are definitely going to take some core damage, if not more here. $40, $30, $24. This might be game. It's going to be very close, and no. GG. Mildly interesting, picking up 2-0 victory. That second game was really decided by the first late rotation gave them the first tribute. Really set back Unicorns United, but they were able to recover from it. At the end, they were same talent tiers. But deciding to get the boss instead of rotating down on that tribute was just tough. The boss in tribute, 17 minutes in the boss able to march down the weakened bottom lane and finish it off. Talents for anybody so inclined. So mildly interesting with the 2-0 domination. Here's the standings before the game. That's going to put them in a great spot, putting a lot of pressure on Team Skyark, who's ahead of them. They're going to be in the thick of it, trying to do everything they can to avoid wild card weekend. Here, one of those 1 through 6 spots. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out for our doubleheader. Of course, I always appreciate follows, Twitch, Twitter. The main one, though, YouTube. I put all of my stuff up there. There's also some other content that goes on there from time to time, coaching stuff. So I really appreciate subs. It allows me to change the name to something that makes sense if we get to 100 subs. So help a guy out. Sub on. Once again, thanks to everybody for hanging out, and congratulations to our winners tonight. Mildly interesting and in bed by 10. We'll see you around the Nexus.